And we're back.
Huzzah.
So, let's change the track. The next day dawns, and the four of you find your way down to the last breakfast, perhaps, that Vondal will prepare for a while.
Yeah, I guess.
The
while
bowl
at
misses all
breakfast-
pot.
Wow. I guess while at breakfast, Liz was just gonna go like, so. Did anything happen while I was gone?
Well, we have a chef. I think that's about peak of excitement. Oh, and well, were you still here? Well, we decided to send out some people. Oh no, you weren't here, were you?
No, I definitely wasn't there for that.
Well,
I
we
was
got.
wondering where everyone was. Well, not everyone, but
We sent some
everyone I know by
people
name.
out to investigate some stuff, including Fasira and Sedani on their first proper mission.
So for once, we're the ones holding down the fort.
Yes.
Doesn't need holding down, it's not inflatable.
Fuck you.
You hold the fort, you don't hold it down.
Fuck
I'll
you.
hold you down
Okay.
if you don't stop making these terrible puns.
You're welcome to try. It's not a pun, I'm correcting your use of the English language.
I'm
Also, I think I
sorry,
can take
but
you,
that's
Rob.
the phrase that I know, so
Let's
screw.
fucking go.
That's the phrasing that I know, so screw you.
Anyway.
It's always
Oh,
been
yeah,
holding
actually,
down
yeah,
the
this
fort
holds
where
on
I
the
am.
fort, isn't it? Oh. Ah, well,
Yeah, it's always been holding down the fort for me.
yeah, for me too. Now you think about it.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
Rob's just being a dumbass.
Fucking got him.
Oh my god.
Now, I'm gonna send you the David Mitchell sketch where he rants about that.
I do like David Mitchell's angry logic ranting.
Hmm.
One of my absolute favourites. He just gets a question on QI. Which of these names is made up? And after the new
Technically,
guy
they're
falls
all
for the...
made up, aren't they?
Yeah. After the new guy falls for the classic bait of one of the names being made up Aurora,
Yeah.
David Mitchell just goes, well, in essence, all names are made up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. But,
Anyway.
yeah. But, so, things have been happening, but, overall, it's still manageable. How's progress been for you? You're back, like, earlier than expected.
Well, on the one hand, I guess you could say if you want the fact of just, pure knowledge gaining as progress, then progress has gone pretty well. If you want progress of actually putting us closer to being able to create the damn thing, we're not made that much progress.
Wait, so, but have you figured out where to begin at least?
I mean, yeah. I feel like I could maybe get this sorted out, but I don't think I'd be able. But for the kind of thing that we want to create, I'm gonna need people and resources.
Well, I think we know a place where we could get both people and maybe some resources. Not that we don't have our own, but yeah.
Well, we need magical people.
Well, it's a place full of magical people, and you've been there very recently.
Do we really want to impose on? I mean,
Well, is it really impose, like letting someone in on what is going to be, well, if successful, quite the endeavor, and both prestigious, and that will make them look good, and considering the magic that we're looking to create is relatively harmless, it wouldn't hurt having them know it.
they'd want to know why we want to make that kind of magic, though.
Well, we could just give them an answer. It's not like it's not like it's that gonna have. It doesn't have to be that big of a secret. The only thing is, I'd suggest, even though they're a bit of a tricky bunch, we'll just go to the board and we'll let them decide. Or at least they can help. They can help us figure out the details as to how they want to deal or handle with the students or whomever. Well, actually, more likely professors that will help out, depending on the nature of the task.
And how good the students are.
Yes, but like, well, we're gonna have to rely on them for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they're no stranger to research.
The
And perhaps
research I've got kind of down.
Well, okay, but like I kind of
Like,
considered creating the actual spell as research, but I guess you're still
Yeah.
figuring out how it's actually put together.
Well, I kind of know how to actually do it. It's just like I said, we need resources and people, and given the spell's effect, we're gonna need some sort of artifact to amp things up a bit.
I think I think we should be able to handle the artifact. Though I guess it depends on what it is. But we need to know what we're looking for if you want us to get you an artifact.
We basically just need a lot of power, don't we, Ferrous?
Yeah, you need something that can amplify your own energy.
Amplifier. Say what like. So that would be something like a magic. It's like a what's it called? Spellcasting focus, but more powerful. I guess.
Maybe?
In theory, yes, you would essentially find something that, like, your focus allows you to channel magic in specific ways. A catalyst would enhance the amount of power you're able to put through a focus.
Yes. Well, yeah. Catalyst is lower the required amount of energy to achieve a similar effect usually.
Yeah.
That would actually
Yes, that
be
is-
achievable by a human being,
Yes, that is literally
or
catalyst.
well, almost human being.
A definitely not human being.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a human being.
Oh, you're just 3 letters off. You're a humanoid being.
Yeah, I'm half human.
But that said,
Well, if you want to get technical, you're actually not any part human. But
Well, yeah.
Wow. Hmm.
Well, yeah, I am what I am, but
Okay, well, I think you're not going to need the catalyst up front, are you?
not until the point you actually cast the spell. You won't.
Oh, so that will leave us plenty of time. But yes, I suggest we have a word with the board of directors. I suggest we bring along Arya. If you're okay with
What
that,
am I gonna do?
you're gonna be an elf.
I'm gonna be an
Oh
elf.
my god.
That
Well,
is
Sounds
like
like
it
hate.
sounds.
I think the point is we bring Arya and Kelariis because Arya is an elf, and both Arya and Kelariis, the heroes have been awarded medals.
That might also be helpful. But like considering
You're bringing them for clout.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm being used for my clout.
Yeah, it's fucking shame though.
look, we include elves. No.
I
Please
can't
don't.
believe I'm the token elf friend.
You're
Oh,
the token
no.
elf.
Wow.
No.
Look,
Well-
we're cool. We have an elf friend.
Look, we can even get a second elf friend if you need to.
We've got elf friends. We've got friends who are elves.
Terrible.
We've even got a friend who's a dwarf who speaks Elvish. Yeah.
But
Things
yeah,
like that.
I do imagine that like we might have to offer something of value if they want to accept. I was considering perhaps if you don't lose access to them, our collection of somewhat rare books.
I did make a donation of some of them when I went up there.
So you've already. I guess we can still work with that.
Just some of the less relevant stuff that I've already.
Well,
sorted through.
that's not so much it. That was more the bigger the prize you're offering. Not that we don't want to give it to him, but like it's more of a.
I do still have a lot of unread Latherman books.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that it's more of a look at all the stuff that we're willing to give you. Would you please help us out in return? Doing the thing that you do best, I hope.
I mean, they are a school of magic. I hope they'll be pretty good at magic.
Exactly. So,
In the meantime, I was thinking of trying stuff on a smaller scale. Just so I'm ready. Just so rather than diving in at the deep end.
will that actually make a difference?
In terms of magical experimentation, yes.
Well, it wasn't just me asking. Well, I guess it's also good for Elizabeth to know.
Yeah. Elizabeth takes a moment to think, and she's just like, "Well, yeah, probably."
It'll certainly be easier to tell on a smaller scale if the spell is working before you decide to scale it up, but that would be part of the discovery process.
Yes. Even if you're gonna go as a small scale spell first, I suggest you still enlist the help of the college. Perhaps they have a suggestion for what's small thing that you should, or they'd be willing or interested to start. Unless you already have ideas, but
I had at least one.
Well, and perhaps we can suggest it. But the way I see it, spellcrafting would be quite, an exciting department to have. So if this works out, they might be able to get that going, and they might be grateful, and that might also be the reason that they're willing to give this a shot. So I think even if you want to try out a smaller spell first, we should probably seek out their help.
Like, I think it's in the same way that, if I was going to learn blacksmithing, I wouldn't start with an ornate rapier.
No, but I'm not saying you should start with the big thing. What I'm saying is, if you're going to get help, you might as well involve that help in the small scale as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they're going to have the same struggles that you have, if not more.
Yeah. I guess we can consult them. It wouldn't hurt.
And if maybe we can only get them to agree to the big thing, or maybe even only to the small one. But like, if they agree to the small one, you can at least get some guidance during the learning process. Or, well, maybe guidance isn't the right word, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, I guess this might take a while, but what we're going to have to do, I guess what I'm going to have to do, is set up a formal request. Set up a lot of things, a letter and all that stuff. Because I don't think they'll just meet anyone at any time.
Possibly not. Unless you wanted to. Unless we, so if we could speak to our inn on the college and get her advice first.
Well, it might not hurt getting her point of view on things, because she'd have a clue if people would basically just laugh us out of the door, or perhaps be interested, or just not being willing to risk it, or and may have some pointers as to how we might convince them, just in case. So yes, that would be wise.
Well, if you want to like compose formal requests, and documents, or whatever, do we like when do we go?
Uh,
Or
well,
do we even
gonna-
want to wait for some of the others to get back first,
who
rather
get
than
back?
leave Vandal on his own?
Well, I think like there is some sense of urgency to our matters. Besides, I think like we'll put in the request and all that, and then we'll probably get a meeting in days, or if not longer from now, not weeks, if any. So I don't think we'll leave Vandal alone for too long. And besides, even though we will need your help getting back and forth,
Yeah.
I do believe we only need to be there for the talking. We don't need to be there for the whole process.
I mean, if you guys didn't want to be there for the making of the spell, then yeah.
Well,
it
I don't.
could just be
Well,
me who goes over there.
see, maybe if we were making something like an arcane device, maybe it could help. Which, honestly, potentially not the worst alternative. However, I don't think we would be able to find as much aid right now, considering we've already gone down this route. But yes, I assume everybody agrees. Or... I will
Yeah.
take this. Yeah.
I realized I was muted and did not intend to be. Yeah. I mean, the other option is that if we don't want to leave Vandal completely alone, I can stay back. You don't necessarily need... If the point of taking Arya and I is because we've received awards and also because Arya is an elf, then
My whole
there's not
qualification.
there's not necessarily a reason to take both of us if you really are that worried about leaving Vandal on his own here.
True.
Well, Vandal is he's a stubborn dwarf, and he knows how to get things done. Plus, he just got some extra spare time, so he'll manage.
That is why I said if that is something that we decided or that Vandal requested, but
yes. I think it will be best if we all show up. For various reasons. It's good to know, Elizabeth, just so we can show the talents. Me, just because, well, I'm representing the Amber Eagle, and then you two because, well, you have a past, and Arya doubly so for being Arya.
Well, I guess we all kind of have a past with them now for keeping that experiment we did under control.
Yeah, but that's not the kind of past that they will happily,
No, probably not. But I mean, they at least know that we keep our word when we say that we're going to keep them safe.
Yeah, but there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Shall we? Well, I shall compose a letter. And then actually, that said, perhaps you should have a word with Lady
Velkir.
Velkir first.
You want me to go and talk to her before you guys put in the request?
Well, I'll start working on something, but if she has, she might know something that we should mention or not mention. both equally important things. And perhaps that perhaps we might be better off just sending the books as a donation, and then sending the thing separate, or we send the donation and include the request with it. Or, well, I don't think it will go that far, or we even make it conditional. There's a ton of ways we can go about this, and she'll have a better idea as to where we should start. And if they will even consider it.
So, do you want me to try and talk to her today?
I think we want to try and be polite about it. So, if you can convey a sense of urgency, but still, just make clear you want to talk, and when possible,
Yeah.
but don't make it out to be an emergency.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Excellent. Now I guess then we get to work on our best impress the elf performance.
You make
Okay.
it sound like this is something that we need to rehearse.
Well, I don't think we need to rehearse it, but it might not be bad to remind ourselves of some etiquette.
Wow.
Look, let's be honest, none of us are great at it.
Some of us are better at it than others.
And that's not good enough.
Yeah, well, to be fair, all we need to do is look at our experiences in the Feywild for how good we are at etiquette and following rules of etiquette.
That's different, because
Well-
that's not typical etiquette. If
I know
anything,
that,
that
like-
goes against the typical rules of etiquette, at least in most places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still.
It's all the little stuff. If you get handed a cup of tea, don't hold up the pinky. Oh, that's silly.
Yes, it is.
But yes.
Okay.
Going?
So Grim is going away to start writing a letter. Elizabeth, you are sending a message.
Yeah, I want to try and think of the wording though. So if
Okay.
anyone else wants to do anything else while I'm trying to think.
Anyone?
Well, I've got my letters, so
Yeah, go ahead and what's the best roll for this? You know what? Just give me a flat intelligence roll.
you know what? That is mighty generous.
Okay.
What?
Okay. So you decide that probably the best way to convey this to members of the academy is just to lay out a plan for exactly what it is that you're hoping to achieve and what you're willing to put into it, making it more like a business proposal than a trying to use any flowery language or elaborate detailing. You stick with what you know, you lay it out as a business proposal, and you say, here's what we want to achieve, do you think we can do it?
Yeah, that seems fair enough.
Yeah. So you go ahead and begin to lay that down as Elizabeth is crafting her message.
I just want to make sure I've counted words right.
Okay.
For a second, I was worried that you were going to roll me anything. Make me roll anything charisma based. That's like,
Yeah, I thought about it, and then I thought, why would Grim ever try to write something using his charisma when he knows that it's
because
not
he
necessarily his
believes in
strong point?
himself. Not that he should, but he believes
No.
in himself.
But no, Grim is logically minded, so he would
That's fair enough.
lay it out in the way that he knows, I feel.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Grim makes one attempt at doing it charismatically and goes, bad idea, and starts over.
Well, like I imagine it's like one of those cases where it's logically, but then tries, in some random points tries to be charismatic. It's like, oh, no, I need to be, to convince them somehow with something else.
Yeah.
Those are like the tiny weird thing. If we've learned anything so far, is that nothing can stop Grim. Even embarrassment.
Even embarrassment.
Yep.
Okay, so this something like that. That's be 24 words.
Okay.
So we may have business with the college soon. Able to talk at some point in the future. I'd like to talk details.
I think you can remove the may, because we know we will have business with the college.
Okay, but we will have business with the college soon.
And I think that's the only thing I had.
I guess I'll say discuss details.
Um,
They sound a bit more formal.
or maybe I'd like some advice. Or I guess discuss details could also be fine. It's up to
Yeah.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, get the gist of the message.
Yeah, that should be 24 words.
Okay.
And it turns out I did miscount when I was just doing it on my fingers. Because I thought it'd be 25 exactly, but no, it's 24. So we're good.
Okay.
All spare one.
So, a moment or two passes, and eventually you hear Elenia's voice say, Elizabeth, of course, you're welcome to pop by. Let me know when you get here, and I'll make arrangements to see you.
Okay, so yeah, Elizabeth will probably get that message and relay it to Grim.
Okay.
And then she'll probably just be like, so do you want me to try and go over as soon as possible? So do you want me to go today? Do you want me to go tomorrow?
Here's what I'm thinking. You're only heading over in order to talk, right? You're not really going to be doing much else, are you?
I can't really think of anything else I would be doing.
Shall we just bring the others if they don't have anything to do?
It's up to you and them if they want to come.
It would mean less trips back and forth.
It would.
Well, it only means less trips if we actually, get out to do everything right now. Which I kind of doubt, but, if they are like, we want to see you now, it's nice if everybody's here.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? If unless somebody has an excuse, I think we'll just. I would like everybody to go, but well,
What does everybody say?
guess nobody's
Yeah, it's fine.
complaining.
Okay, so the four of you set off for Argentelran, then I guess.
Yeah, I guess I might as well send her another message and say, we might, if you're free now, we might come over now-ish.
Okay, now-ish.
Now-ish. She doesn't want to commit to right that second, so she's saying now-ish.
Okay.
Which is only one word because ish is a suffix.
She responds with, "Give me a couple of hours and I'll be with you."
Cool. So we're going over in the afternoon.
Okay.
Sometime mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Well,
So
good to know.
yeah, the four of you gather and appear once again in the magic circle at the top of the spire in Argentolrand.
Hooray.
You are greeted by Lady Elenia Rafelkir and two members of campus security.
As always.
Lady Rafelkir bows to greet you and says, "A pleasure to see you all again."
Although it's been a while.
Yeah, the pleasure's ours.
So you spoke of business.
Yes. I think Elizabeth might be better at explaining the details, but in broad terms, well, we have a project, and we think, university. Well, yeah, this university, right?
Yes.
Kinda?
University,
Yeah, I think
college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think this university would
Educational
be
establishment.
this establishment would be suited at aiding us in a project, which they might learn. Well, you might learn a lot from, because we're trying to create some new magic, which is something that isn't really done nowadays, as far as we understand, or at least as I understand. But that is more than a well. It's not something that we can handle on our own.
She turns to Elizabeth and says, "I assume this is related to the project you came here the other day to look into."
Yes. Yes, it is. That's what I was... Well, I was researching how to go about it.
Should we discuss specifics in my office?
That would probably be
be best, yeah.
She takes you down the flight of stairs to the upper regions of the academy and takes you into the chamber that serves as her office.
What was the name of the professor again? Forgotten.
Oh, the professor you met earlier, Amy Lauren.
Yeah, Professor Lauren.
Professor Lauren, yes.
Because yeah, in that case, like once everyone's in the office, then like Elizabeth would just say, "I guess Professor Lauren mentioned something about it then, or the students saw me."
Lady Vodka sort of like shakes her head and says, "No, I've not spoken to Professor Lauren about it. Professor Lauren and I don't exactly exchange pleasantries very often. No, I knew you were coming when you sent the message, and I just, well, I kind of put the two together."
But yes,
You spoke to Professor Lauren about this.
Well, I guess it was less I spoke to Professor Lauren and more she appeared as I was finishing a day's work. Because it was late and there was no one really else in.
I see.
Though she was curious about exactly what I was doing.
That sounds like the professor.
Well, but yes, I guess usually, like, you know, it wouldn't be that big of a problem asking the. Well, I imagine it wouldn't be that big of a deal asking for help, or if you were interested. However, the reason why it's a little bit more tricky is because, well, I guess we should at least explain what we're trying to achieve with the spell. We're trying to find create something so we can detect magic on a essentially planar scale, right?
Yeah, that's pretty
But
much one way of putting it.
but doing so but not just any magic. More specifically, it's gonna be ancient, either I think ancient or very high level, powerful stuff. But more specifically, the ancient stuff.
We want to detect something specific, but the general idea of what we want to create is something that can detect the fluctuations in magic that casting such a spell would cause.
Although, if you have better ideas of detecting it, feel free to share. But that's the working theory.
Yeah, Lydia Felkier is like sort of a mix of intrigued and concerned, and sort of says, "You're trying to run what is essentially an arcane dragnet on a planar scale? That is, I don't know how feasible that is."
I think we could do it on well, it would still have to be quite large in scale, but
we have something that I reckon I could cast such a spell through. I'd need some sort of catalyst, but theoretically it's possible.
I
should add though that I didn't want to jump straight into this. I figured it would be much safer and yield higher successes if initial attempts were made to create spells on a much smaller scale.
Well, yes, almost certainly. The concern that I have is that, well, I'm sure every wizard has dreamed at some point in the world to have the ability to seek out magic anywhere where it might lie. It would certainly make finding all of the ancient first age secrets that are hidden away within the world a great deal easier. You probably aren't the first wizard to ever think of this, and no wizard I know of has ever achieved that before, so my concern about how practical it is based on that. Are you looking for things in specifically? Because that would certainly help narrow the net, but
I guess we are looking for a specific spell and / ritual.
yes.
a specific ritual might be easier to find.
However, there is a slight problem with this. It's the kind of thing that we've kind of we've kind of had to swear secrecy.
It's the kind of magic you don't want people to know about.
Yes.
The problem is someone knows about it and is...
I see. This is probably the point where it is best that I level with you about the concerns that I have. I'm sure under regular circumstances the Academy would be willing to lend you what resource we could to help work through this project. However, recently, and under no circumstances should this leave this room, you have become rather a political talking point.
Not the good kind, I'm guessing.
Not exactly.
Curious.
The Exarchs have acknowledged that your previous actions have been generally in favour of Elven society. However, it has not gone unnoticed if your construction of a rather elaborate fortress and recruitment of significant numbers of military personnel on the borders of our empire.
Yes.
Understandable.
I hesitate to say that the Exarchs are nervous by your actions. Cautious would perhaps be a better descriptor of it, but helping you to search for the kind of magic that isn't the sort of magic you want people to know about might come across with the wrong tone.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of exactly what I was worried about going into specifics with anyway.
Yes. No, but that's also part of the reason why it might be useful to have this little conversation. Because I kind of expected that, like, you can't really just say, like, we're gonna create magic that finds forbidden stuff, because that feels, yeah. Well, even regardless of us being political figures or not, that would be sketchy at
Alarming.
best.
Yes, it would be concerned who would gain access to this information and what it would be used for. That being said, the Academy must adhere to the letter of the law as is laid down by the Exarchs, but they do not have a direct say in how the Academy is operated.
However, we do, well, I guess we do want to avoid angering them or
Yes.
similar.
I say this now as a friend rather than as a member of the Academy, but I would not be able to help you directly if the Exarchs decided that this was an endeavour that they felt went against the general goals. I am a ambassador between political affiliation and the university, and my standing on either side could be considered problematic. But I do not doubt that there are some members of the university who would aid you without a second thought, and others who would be more willing to aid you if they thought they might gain from it.
Well, we do have some things. Well, I guess we've already shared some of the material, or at least Elizabeth brought some over. We do have some.
None of what I donated was relevant to what we're currently talking about.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, even though it's not relevant to this current topic, people still appreciate, ancient lost books from Latterman himself.
Yeah.
Ah, I think I see where you are hinting at.
Like, I don't want to use, but I don't want to use it as a bribe. But I was more thinking of it as a way of showing our good intentions, goodwill, something along those lines. Because, as far as I can tell, this is the most prestigious. Well, definitely, yeah, probably the most prestigious arcane institution that I know of. than I've ever heard of. So
Yeah,
I'm
that
pretty.
is
I think
definitely true.
I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that it probably just is the best one here that exists.
The librarian did also look very happy when I donated said small pile of books. In fact, I think it's the happiest I've ever seen them.
So I do think that small donation would probably have gone better if you'd done it in a more official capacity, because somebody just walking up with ancient books may seem odd. But oh well, that's for
To be
next
fair, I
time.
think most people who know us know that odd is normal.
Yeah, but that was not the point. You don't have to be odd for the sake of being odd.
If I might make a suggestion,
Yes.
the way I see it, if you want the Academy's help, then the fastest way to get it would be to talk to its leadership, to take a stance and ask if they would assist with it. As you are considered political figures of interest, shall we say, there unlikely would be access to any of the state funding that the Academy usually gets, so you'd be on your own on that front. But the Academy might be willing to help you in certain areas, even if it was just to keep an eye on your research. In such a case, it would come down to a vote. I, as a matter of principle, would have to abstain, so you would need to win the vote in another way. How you sway other members of the council, I will not go so far as to suggest, but I am sure that you are all resourceful individuals that are capable of convincing people.
Well, we do somehow manage to convince people from time to time. So, well, I think we'll try our luck with the council. I did try and create an official request for an audience.
I would be happy to deliver it for you if you wish.
Yes. I should. The only thing is, I'm trying to figure out if we might best rephrase certain things.
Given new information, that might be a good idea.
Like, for example, well, not that I called it that, but like, I think we need a better description of the magic that we're trying to achieve.
I think
I was honestly going to suggest that, we start small and don't mention the big stuff yet.
Yeah, but like, I feel like it would be misleading, and I don't think that would come across well.
given the position that I find myself in, perhaps it would be best if you discussed this out of my earshot.
Yeah, perhaps so.
Probably a good idea.
Especially
Actually,
as
I
I
think
will likely have to make a report to the Exarchs already, based on what I have already heard. So
that's all right. No, I think I know how I want to approach it, and I think we can do it without having to be disingenuous in any way, shape, or form. Which is,
if you can do that, I think that would be better for all involved.
that is, I think, yeah, that is. I don't know if they'll buy. Well, they'll bite, but it will definitely be honest.
Well, thank you for both your time and your advice, Lady Falkia. It's greatly appreciated.
That's quite all right. In an official capacity, let me welcome you to the university and wish you the best with your proposal. And as a friend, good luck. I trust you'll find a way through this.
You will. Oh, I'm not sure how if you're gonna put that in if that's the kind of thing that shows up in a report, but say that like if they have a problem, we would happily talk to them. If you want to put that in or not, that's up to you. If you think that works, but
I will consider what I say to them carefully, but I will let them know that you are open to negotiations. She curtsies and departs and leaves you in her office.
can't believe the guild is closing doors instead of opening doors. This is fine. Now, what the plan is, we are going to say we are interested in the development of magical spells. We would like to start small and work our way up to some more impressive feats, and then see if they're willing to back that. Because that's exactly what we're trying to do, aren't we?
What if
And
they
then-
ask us for details on what exactly we're attempting to craft spell-wise?
Well, we're just trying to. What we'll say is we need a greater form of detect magic. Like the small scale one is too limited for us right now.
Well, also I could probably come up with ideas and present ideas for smaller scale spells that might
And
interest them.
and the truth is, for now, that small idea of Elizabeth is all we want to achieve right now. And then we'll ask that we have. Well, I guess we'll just ask if we may have the. Well, we'll start Well, we'll start with what was it called? We'll start working cooperatively on the initial spells, and then would like some freedom to for some other projects. Yeah, I guess. We just need to find a way that they'd be willing to provide some more resources. But I think we'll get once we get the spell created, the whole division going. I think that we'll have a good start.
Well,
Just a quick DM interjection from a mechanical standpoint. The spell you're attempting to create, because you don't know the actual ritual that needs to be completed to create these the idols, you are essentially searching for arcane anomalies that don't match understood magical practice.
Okay.
You could very well just say that.
I feel like that would be fine to say.
yeah.
Because you just as a reminder that you don't actually know the thing you're looking for. So currently, all you're looking for is anomalies.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
Raven Queen gave us some details reluctantly.
Oh, she did, but she didn't tell you how to do the ritual because that would enable you to be able to do it.
Oh, I thought that was
No,
the
yeah,
whole.
she told us. No, she told us some things about the ritual, but she didn't tell us anything that would enable us to recreate the ritual.
Yes,
Oh,
That's
okay.
and you know
Yeah.
that allows you to know what to look for.
Yeah, because she was a bit all hesitant about telling us and all that, and how it
Yes,
was a big
Yeah,
responsibility.
no, she definitely
Yeah.
doesn't tell us how to actually do the goddamn thing.
yes.
which
So that's
which
exactly
is
what we don't-
fair.
Yeah, that's also exactly what we don't want.
Yeah.
We don't
Yes.
want to know about it.
So
We just want to know how
Yeah.
to stop it.
if you knew nothing about the ritual, you would be searching for any kind of magic out of the ordinary, and that would be a huge scope. if you knew the specific spell, you could narrow in on the specific spell and find it. But as you are in the middle, you have to do a bit of both.
Well, perhaps the compass we borrowed might be able to help us out with that
Yes,
once we get to that point.
that is what Elizabeth's research has suggested.
Yeah, and I assume that was also her initial idea.
Yes.
Well, the compass would certainly help with navigating to the point that we then detected the thing in the first place.
Well, would that help? Well, doesn't matter.
Compass?
We'll see.
Well,
Compass would, in theory, help with that because, like, that's kind of what we've seen it used for already.
Yes.
In a
Yeah,
sense.
you think
The
of where
com-
you want to go, and it takes you there.
the compass takes you where you desire to go.
And if we
Yeah.
desire to go to the location of a major magical anomaly,
Yeah, but like, is it desire as in think you want, or desire as in your true desire?
Well,
well,
Because
as
I don't think
that's
anybody.
impossible to know.
well as Kaziara suggested, it may be the quote unquote desire may just be a psionic level reading that is too advanced for your minds to be able to process.
Yes, but that's why we're uncertain if that's why. But we're still not certain if we can truly tell what it sends us towards. Then
No, not
No,
exactly.
but we have seen it work for
Yeah, you.
Puck, who didn't have like a deep understanding of it, and it seemed to work out okay. So at
Yeah.
this point, it's still our best bet.
And it,
Well,
but it
see,
worked out for
the
us
reason
getting
why
out of the prison dimension.
yeah, but like I think the reason why I don't consider that like a good example is because I think everything that any of us desired would be outside the prison dimension. So
But it also
regardless of
still-
what kind of desire, it always
Yes,
comes out of it.
technically correct. Yes.
Technically, yeah, you're technically correct. But also, it did take us to the specific point.
Yeah, you
that
have
I was
not
thinking of surface level thought at the time.
you have not currently attempted to use the compass in another way that would allow you to eliminate that possibility. But that is a test that you could do.
Well, actually, it is a very simple test because it just requires us sitting there and focusing on different places for a little bit. Hopefully.
Also, like, because if it did take us to our like base level desires, not our surface desires, it probably wouldn't have dumped us in the Feywild. It would have dumped us up near Willow River, because Elizabeth's thoughts were just, I want to go home.
Well, you weren't the one using it, so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh wait, no, you did use it to teleport, yes, but that
I did use it to teleport.
yeah,
But that might be different.
yes. Well, it almost certainly is because you used your own magic with the compass. But that's what you're trying to do here, so.
Yeah, that is also exactly what we're trying to do here.
So, you've got some experimentation to do before you're sure.
Yeah, but it's a simple experiment, so
Yeah.
we might as well do it quickly once we have. Well, I guess we don't need to do it right now, but
Yeah, and in the meantime, if you've ever thought of something that you think would be cool if magic could do it, well, here's your chance to make that a reality.
Well, except you're going to have to possibly fund all of the research to do so maybe not be too frivolous.
Well, yeah.
well,
Yeah,
we're just
small
trying.
things.
We're trying to make them excited to do some of their own.
Yeah.
We were giving
Like-
them practice material. It's fine.
Like, hey, what if you could conjure a shield on your arm and it kept your hand free so you could still magic? Wouldn't that be cool?
Already exists.
I don't think we want to try it. Like, if we're going to suggest any magic, no combat magic, because
That's a good point.
That is a very good point.
because yeah, that quickly gives the wrong image. If you want to do something like that, maybe like a pickaxe, summon a pickaxe. Well, I guess we already have a spell for something like that, like
Summon
fabricate.
tool.
Well, yeah, summon tool.
Well, fabricate is actually still limited because in order to create something like a pickaxe, you would still need to know how to smith a pickaxe.
Okay, well, perhaps. Well, I guess
With the more specific crafts, fabricate does still require you to know how to craft the thing.
Anyway,
I
Well,
could
that
just
is-
use fabricate to imitate Kelariis' glass blowing.
Well, it was just it was a mere example I was trying to
Yeah.
give, but I think you got the point.
Yeah.
Is your idea that you really wanted to do a non-combat thing?
Well, no,
Well,
that's
actually-
the thing I literally just mentioned.
Oh, you wanted the shield that keeps your hand free. Well,
That exists in two forms, both the spell shield and the spell shield of faith.
No, because that's not what I mean.
no, like, you want like an actual shield, but like I guess mechanically speaking, that is identical to Shield of Faith. Well, I guess that's also not true.
Yeah,
'Cause you
no, I
could-
want it. No, yeah, 'cause what I'm thinking is something that's more like
Well,
Shield
you're-
of Faith, but also mage armor. So it's just sort of, it's just like, you know, it's like mage armor. You cast it, boom, look, you've got a shield on your arm.
But that's just like a less effective mage armor.
Yeah.
But then you could do both. Oh.
yeah, but
Okay,
You
so
will
so
Be concentrated.
so now you're delving into the limitations of magic itself.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like for other reasons, I don't think that would be a good idea. That kind of spell, but
But yeah, no, we like, yeah. Okay, what else could we do? Could we
I think
propose?
we should come up with at least 2 examples of neutral or just generally helpful magic. Like for example, how about pocket rope? Well, I say pocket rope. But like, what if you could like a magical rope that you can
Now
summon?
we're just doing Dragon's Den.
Like-
I can't believe we're going to do an episode of Dragon's Den. Or Shark Tank
Well,
for the Americans.
Well, you say that, but like these are just supposed to be starter although maybe rope or something might turn out to be complicated. Who knows? Perhaps we need to start a think smaller even than that. Like, what would be smaller than that?
Well, if you want to
Pocket
start super
string.
Pocket string. I can't believe we're just getting lids from our pockets.
Pocket, pocket shoelace.
Pocket sand. Ah, my eyes.
No,
Pocket
but, you know-
yarn. No, see, yarn is the in between because that's like at least like substantial.
No, wait, guys. Because no, have you ever had those really annoying moments where you've broken a shoelace? Well, now you can conjure a magical shoelace that'll never break.
I've literally never broken a shoelace in my whole life.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
I think I've done it once, actually.
I've done it
That's-
once on a set of walking boots.
Yeah, me
Oh.
too.
That's different though, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still shoelaces.
That's fair. Like I think I've broken slippers more often than I've broken shoelaces.
God, the amount of
For
time.
everyone
the
who's
amount of
not Jayla, she means flip flops.
I look.
Yeah, because I was gonna say slippers are what I wear indoors.
No, those are
But it's
house
winter, innit?
slippers. We're not
Well,
doing this right now. We're not
We're not
doing
doing
this.
this.
Doing this right now.
Anyway. The amount of times though recently I've been like, God, if only there was a spell for this. And now that I have a situation where, okay, we can make a spell for, gotten all of them.
Well, I think considering what we're trying to do, it needs to be something very simple because you quickly get complicated things that seem simple at first glance.
Man, I genuinely cannot believe that you guys are becoming magical app developers.
we
I
need
hate
at
that.
What do
least.
all the kids need these days
Well,
on
see,
their phones?
we have a plan for this killer app. We're not going to be able to sell the killer app without having sold, like, baby apps.
These little baby apps.
I don't know why they're baby app.
app.
Okay.
Also, why do we don't want to make a killer app. We want it to just find something.
No,
But-
killer in the other
We
sense
wanna
of the word.
Ah, that's it. We need to find.
What if
We're trying to cast Find My Car, but before we do that, we have to make Find My Glasses.
what if what if we had an illusion that showed you a picture of a person that you might like, and whether or not you like them, you can either swipe the illusion to the right or to
Oh
the
my
left.
God.
All the illusions to the left. All
Oh,
the
but that would
illusions are creations of other people also casting this spell.
oh, that would be amazing because that would be like MageNet exclusive to magic casters.
MageNet.
Can't believe.
MageNet. Is that the name of your wizard dating app?
Well, apparently it is.
MageNet.
I mean, you know, it could be
I mean-
worse.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're networking with mages, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Oh god, it's just
Honestly,
fucking
it's
LinkedIn for wizards. God damn.
No!
No.
See, you were about to say that. I was like, what if we made
Ah. Fiverr for fucking.
So yeah, you just go on it and you're like, I need a wizard for this basic task, and you find yourself a wizard who can do it.
Oh, but you know what? How
Like,
about this?
I think someone's impersonating my brother. I need a mage, and you just get the mage to show up and cast detect magic, and you're like, yeah, they're an illusion.
Like, how about okay? I've come up with I think I've come up with a simple, well, a hopefully simple spell that isn't too that I don't think exists. How about just a spell that makes something a little sturdier for a minute or so, or you know, like
Can we
something
get a
simple like that.
Can we get a spell that fixes a wobbly table leg? Oh wait,
Oh,
you know when you've got that one table that's just wobbling all over the place. What if you could just snap your fingers and it's fixed? What about an alarm spell that's actually just, you know, a bed alarm? So it wakes you up in the morning.
well, I guess the real question is: do we want to come up with something, or do we want to like hand wave it?
No, we want an actual.
Okay,
No, we have to
at least-
come up with something.
Okay, something. What?
Yeah, we need some sort of.
Do you
concrete
maybe want to do that outside of a session so that we don't spend this entire session talking about app ideas?
Maybe.
Have you considered
That
the
might be a
internet
good
needs to
idea.
know our awful process for not being able to come up with bad apps?
Yeah.
Well, I think the make something sturdy for a minute is still pretty nice.
By the way, if you're watching Dave and you want to use any of these apps, we want 25% for coming up with the
Wow.
idea. I'm just saying.
Although you'll first have to learn how to cast magic, but you know,
Well, no, I mean for the app, for the apps.
terrible. But yes.
You know, what I'm saying? If you use one of our ideas for an app, then you know we want 25%.
Oh well. But that said, I think just looking at the spells that exist, there's very little crafting oriented or just general like craftsman oriented spells, so we can just say something along those lines. But yeah, well, I guess we did hand off the letter.
Did you? I
Well-
thought you said you wanted to make changes.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I should probably. I did actually want to make
Yeah.
some changes now that I think about it. Again, I should probably just rewrite it on a piece of paper.
I won't make you roll again. You can craft the same thing.
But with more tactical words.
Tactical words.
Well, not even tactical words, just different ideas.
I guess that's also true. Cool. I guess she's standing outside, isn't she?
Oh no, she's left.
Oh, she's just gone.
She's gone.
She's like,
she's-
fuck you guys.
She's
I'm not
a busy
staying here for
woman.
this."
She's got.
Well-
she's a busy woman. She's got things to do.
She said she was going to go and give her report so that you could have a conversation
Fair enough.
without her overhearing it.
Yeah.
Worst spy ever, just telling us she's going to spy on us. I can't believe.
I mean, she's not a spy, to be fair.
She's
Oh,
not a spy.
that's true.
She is a what's it called?
Ambassador.
Ambassador, yes. And so she is going to inform the college that you have arrived and that you want to. Well, she's going to go and inform the exarchs that you have come to the college in search of magical input, because that's her job, to let them know whenever stuff happens. But she said, don't let me not hear what the specifics are, so that they don't feed the specifics back to them and make them more suspicious about you.
Is there? There's not already like. There's various spells that can do similar things, but there's not an exact spell for like animating an inanimate object.
You mean
They're just
animate
done.
objects?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that not just an
Yeah.
animate
Yeah.
object?
Hang on. Yeah. God damn it. Hang on. What can?
This is why I said, do you
Oh.
want to do this outside of a session?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might actually
Yes.
be for the best.
Just honestly, best spell. Just long fingers. Just 5 feet of extra range.
Excuse me?
Long finger.
I
Just
hate
long-
that!
Oh, I really hate that. I really just
See,
hate that a lot.
I don't like the way that was explained!
No.
But yeah, so we guess we'll hand off the letter at the desk.
On the end of your really long fingers. Oh. Oh, that's horrible.
I need to quote that, but I don't think I want me to.
Oh.
Just turn yourself into Slender Man. Like, what is
I was thinking more like salad fingers.
Oh god!
I like rusty spoons.
See, maybe the wording wasn't the greatest, but like the idea is fine. Just 5
Was
feet.
it?
Is it? Is it
Well,
fine?
Oh.
The amount of times that you have an object that is just out of range. Imagine there was a cantrip that you could just like yoink.
Why would you
Mage
do that with
hand?
your fingers?
Mage hand.
Yeah, that's
but
what
that's-
Mage hand is right there.
To be fair, that's a third level spell.
No, that's also a cantrip.
No,
Dang
it's
it.
not, is it? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Mage hand is.
Your mage has a cantrip, yeah.
What?
But this could like be a
That's why it's really
cantrip
strong.
minus, like less than a cantrip.
It's awful!
Cantrip minus.
Oh, you've heard of Long Strider, now Long
look.
Fingers.
No, look. What if we just made a smaller animate object? So you just animate one thing.
That's the spell animate object.
That's what it is!
No, animate objects is a big thing.
Well, you can either do you can do several small things.
But-
Or it is the less things you do.
So,
of.
spell level is governed by individual complexity, not the functionality.
Oh well, but yes, after our app session,
I'm still upset about long fingers.
Well, stop thinking about it then.
I am attempting to. It's not going well.
Think about the guy whose name was Longshanks. That's funny, right?
I don't think that's any better.
There was an English king called Longshanks because he had long legs,
Unfortunate.
and he was the guy.
Oh.
He was the guy who fought William Wallace, and eventually won.
Yep.
this is fine. Well, yes, we have we have borrowed. Well, I guess technically stolen some paper to rewrite the letter, but
I mean, you have a wizard. You carry so much paper.
Yeah, like I
But
have
like-
paper on me.
like I imagine you have paper, but like
I carry paper. I have 2 sheets of parchment on me right now.
I guess
Wants
that would.
paper.
I guess I don't have to like steal paper from.
Don't use
office.
someone else's paper.
Grim
Use
just
this
wanted
paper.
to
Yeah.
steal something, is what we're learning.
I mean, you can search Elenia's office for paper, but unfortunately, all of the paper here is headed.
Well,
Damn.
then you behead the paper.
Oh my god!
No, this is the worst. But yeah, we have parchment, so this is
Trim
fine.
paper?
Yeah, take one of my 2 sheets of parchment. I should probably buy more paper at some point. Actually, we're in town. I could buy more
You,
paper.
you can buy more paper.
Honestly, if you
Grim,
can't
I'll give you a sheet of paper, Grim.
get paper here, that would be incredible.
Does anybody in Argentellorant have paper?
There is probably a student shop on campus that sells parchment.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I don't know why, but my brain for a second interpreted that as like a student-run and owned shop, as opposed to like a shop for students. I was really confused. Like, who's running the illegal parchment business on campus or something?
Oh, no, I've
Wait.
got the image of a wizard. I've got the image of a guy and he's just standing there with his wizard robe. It's just full of quills and parchment.
We, you want to buy something? What are you buying? What are you selling?
he's got like ink pots and stuff.
Some rare goods on sale, stranger.
What?
Oh, there you go.
Ah,
There's a
fucking
spell- there's a-
Resident
there's an
Evil.
excellent- here's an excellent spell for wizards: conjure writing components. You just conjure.
No,
cotton quill.
except you can't conjure anything that has a reasonable gold value, and crafting components
Yeah.
have a gold value.
No, like not actual spellcrafting components.
Oh, I get it. Gold to ink.
You just
Oh no!
Turn
You just
gold in
drop
it.
some gold in a pot. Ugh.
and boom, now the pot's full of ink.
That would be terrible.
Wow.
No,
Anyway,
like all I mean is like you conjure like illusionary ones that work like normal. You don't like actually just create a pot and ink, or quill and ink.
Oh well.
You make like magic versions that disappear when the spell ends, and it's just so that you can write stuff.
But,
How right.
well,
It's magic.
but yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Then, I guess I guess maybe we'll ask at the front desk if it's best to leave it here or something else.
yeah, there's at the front desk. There's definitely somebody who can find the right people that need to be notified for this. Like, they have an in tray at the front desk for most of the professors. Because you'll want to get in touch with what's his name, Broughton Ashlake, the dean, because he's the guy who will be heading the whole thing.
Well, I'm also guessing he's the one that we're gonna have to. Yeah, dude. If we can convince him, he's probably gonna be a great ally in getting this through. Well, oh yeah, I should probably mention that. Actually, it did. I forget. Did Oh, I forget. Well, I forget her name again. This
Lydia?
lady. Yes. Did she have a message?
Lady Felkier has access to message, yes. Or sending, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you mean message or sending?
No, send. Yeah, it's.
She has access to both, but
Oh.
No, I just wanted to tell us from the other side of the room. But no, otherwise, I should probably. Well, I'd like to think I thought of it as I was writing the letter, but tell them they can either respond, with a letter or through Lady. Yeah.
yeah. Well, they would know that anyway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
In fact, actually, yeah, there's probably quite a number of wizards in the college who have access to sending.
Also,
Yeah, but there's
also, yeah,
only
they've all-
a handful that actually know us. and
Yes.
can
Yeah,
use
but
it.
we're sending a letter to the ones that do know us.
Well, did they know us that well? It's like we saw them
Well,
once.
They
They know us enough
if
to
they
cast the
don't
spell.
if they don't know us, they know people who know us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
easily.
it's
So-
yeah.
But it's
They
more.
know us. They at least know me enough.
But that said, it's also
to get in
good.
contact with me.
They might be like, oh, they sent us a letter. Should we respond in letter form, or can we just message them?
I
Yeah.
think it is valid to include that note in
Yes.
your letter, Grim. Mini,
Yeah.
Grim, whatever. Whoever is arguing this at the time.
It's valid to include that they can use sending, but you don't need to necessarily say just do it through Lady Felkier because they're all probably capable of it.
Okay, yeah. So you leave that message to be attended to and head out into the city, I guess. Or
So
is
I'd
there
like
something
to
you
go
want to do
well.
still at the academy?
Well, I actually do want to buy some paper.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not going to make you roleplay that, so you can go ahead and
No,
buy
yeah.
that at market value.
I can't believe you're buying it abroad. Not even supporting the local town.
Oh, it's just convenient because I'm here and I remembered I don't have paper.
Yeah, fair enough. I also imagine the quality it will be a lot better on average.
Like, sometimes you just remember that you need something and you're not in a place where you can support local things, but you need the things, so you just buy it.
Anyway,
I didn't want to make a big deal out of it.
so you buy some paper,
I bought some paper.
work that out at your own.
I bought 10 sheets of paper, it's a gold. Bam,
okay.
done.
Boom. And yeah, I guess you head out into the city. Does anyone have anything they want to do in the city, or are you just killing time?
Might check up on the tree, but that's more for nostalgia than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should go visit the tree.
Yeah.
Like how you said check up on the tree as if we like attended it before or like tended to it before.
Yeah, it was literally just V touched it.
Yeah, but it was a special tree.
Yeah. I mean also we're not supposed to touch the tree.
You were not supposed to
Yeah.
touch the tree.
We were not supposed to touch the tree, but V touched the
Wait,
tree anyway.
but V did touch the tree and honestly valid.
V touched the
Wait.
tree and the guards got angry at us for touching the tree.
Wasn't
they
it
did.
also here that you had like the dance and everything?
Yeah, it was in that one bar that we went to. Also y'all had a darts competition or something.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Didn't
Yeah.
Grim win that?
Grim definitely won at dice. I remember that. Grim definitely played dice.
Or did
God.
Arya win at darts?
I
also
don't
someone
remember.
definitely-
I think Arya won in the end.
I can't remember. Although it is kind of embarrassing for Grim, considering he carries bigger,
darts?
more dangerous darts.
It's not my
Danger
fault.
darts.
I'm more
Danger
dexterous
darts.
than you are.
Danger darts.
Grim, that's exactly the problem. You were
Yeah.
you were throwing the small darts as if they were the big war darts.
Well-
They're not.
Also, the problem that Grim has is that like the difference between Grim and the board is significant.
Yeah. Grim has to like stand on a stool.
Yeah.
At eye level with
So
it.
he's already at a disadvantage.
This means it gets to be yeeted harder.
Wow.
Anyway. But yes, you have been here before. You have done a number of things within the city before.
Yeah.
So yeah, does anyone have anything specific they want to do, or are you just killing time?
Killing time.
Yeah, it seems
Okay.
like we're just killing time.
Cool. Yeah, in that case, you know what? Give me a D100 roll, somebody.
I'll do it. Nice.
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 Okay.
This is fine.
God damn it! What are the odds?
What are the odds?
About 1 in
No.
100.
Yeah, it's not about 1 in 100. It's literally 1 in 100.
Yes, that's the joke. No, yeah. So you spend a reasonable amount of time killing time in the city before there is a message reaches you, Elizabeth, from Lady of Falkir. And she says, your message has been received. They are debating your audience now. I will keep you informed.
Guess we can't go back then.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, I guess I will simply reply with like, okay, thank you for keeping us updated. We'll stay in the city.
Okay. So yeah, I guess you guys find a place to rest up for the evening and prepare to receive a summons for your audience on your new project. And I think that is a good place for us to bring this session to a close.
Ooh, I guess that's a minor detail.
Go
I
for it.
just realized our new chef was so fascinated by elven stuff. I was like, I should probably grab something elven spice or whatever elven things,
You could do that.
as a welcome gift.
No, get him an elven cookbook. That's a thing, right?
But that's the worst kind of gift because it's like, oh, an elven cookbook. What do I need? All these elven ingredients I don't have. It's like, oh,
Look, yeah, get him an elven cookbook and some elven.
Yeah,
recipes and buy
maybe
an
you
elven
could buy it, then read it, and find some other things that he might need.
Yeah, that's what you
No,
do.
like that's not my job. I buy him elven ingredients, and then he has to figure it out on his own. That's
Fine.
like cookbooks, way too thoughtful.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely go looking for that whilst you're here.
Grim cares about you, but not enough to buy you a cupcake.
Um,
Cupcake.
Well,
Cookbook.
it's just it's not the thing you'd consider. He's like, I already like the fact that he even considered like buying something is a big thing.
Yeah. So I guess we'll bring our session to a close there. If nobody else has anything to add.
I got nothing.
Okay. Well, that is that. That is Second Age. No Second Age for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Oh shit, yeah.
We're on
Because
hiatus.
we're on hiatus whilst for 1 week while I do planning, and then another week while we play something different.
Big hype.
Yeah. We're
Big
making
hype.
things up.
Have you heard back from those two yet?
I have heard that they will message me to make their characters, but I have not heard anything else beyond that. I will need to get them together at some point. But
It's okay, we'll just peer pressure them.
yes,
I mean, I can bother them.
Yes, please bother them.
I will test with them.
But I also, if I get my way, we might gather for raiding at some point next week anyway, so I might get them after that.
Please pester them by just saying pester until they respond.
Bother,
and then
bother,
give them
bother,
the
bother,
information.
bother,
Oh my
bother.
god.
Yeah. So with that reference to a Flash animation from literally a million years ago,
Literally.
Yeah, for real though.
I think all that's left is to say thank you all for playing, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
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 Bye.